Hello, third graders. Okay, we are on journal page 117, comparing perimeter and area. So just what we did on math message. I hope you find these as fun as I do because I think they are very fun to do. For problems 1 through 3, find the perimeter and area of the rectangle. So I know that all of these squares look exactly the same, but if you look at their labels, this one says foot. So you'd have to imagine that this line was 1 foot long. And then this one says meter. You'd have to imagine that this is 1 meter long. And I know they look the exact same size, but in your head, you would just have to think what units we're measuring in. And this is a mile. Now, this is saying this is 1 mile. Imagine that you are at the track at the high school. If you've ever been there, maybe for a football game, 4 times around that track is 1 mile. These are the exact same size, but in your head, you'd have to imagine this is what we're measuring with, so I'd have to pay attention to my label. But they have included all of our labels for us. They've even included the square for area, because remember, area is counting the squares or the area of squares on the inside, and perimeter is just the outside. Okay, we are going to start with number 1. Listen very closely, please. You must label all of the sides of your shapes. I don't want you to think about them in your head and remember in your head, put these down on paper. It will help you. So here's what we have to do first. I noticed that all of these are rectangles. What do we notice about rectangles? Or what do we know, I should say? We know that the top and bottom lines are going to be the same, and we know that the left and the right sides are going to be the exact same length because that's what a rectangle is. So how much is on the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 feet. We can even label feet if we need to. We don't have to. That means the bottom should be 7. Can I double check and count my squares again? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lines on the outside. 7 lines on the top. How many on the side? 1, 2. And 1, 2. To find the perimeter, it's the length of all the outside. The perimeter, the rim, the outside of it. So, how can we add this up? There's 2 ways. We can do 2 plus 7, which 7, 8, 9, okay. 2 plus 7 is 9. And 2 plus 7 is 9. Right? If 2 plus 7 was 9 there, then 2 plus 7 must be 9 over here. So if this is 9 and this is 9, what's 9 plus 9? If you said 18, you are correct. Another way we could have done it, and here is a lot of space to, oh my goodness, to solve your problem, right? To have space to work. Maybe I could go 7 plus 7. Because I have 2 7s, which would be 14, and then I could take my 2 plus 2, which would be 4. And then we just have to add those up together, and 14 plus 4 is 18. That is exactly what we got up there. So 2 different ways to solve it. You can add the 2 of the same numbers together and combine them, or you can take the opposite sides and the opposite sides, which are going to equal the same thing. Okay. Now it is time to find the area, the amount of squares that take up an area on the inside. But remember, area sounds like array. If there are 7 squares on the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 2 rows of 7. Boys and girls, what is 2 times, oh, that doesn't look like a multiplication. What is 2 times 7? What is 2 times 7? What is 7 doubled? If you said 14, you are correct. For our problem, our perimeter and our area did not equal the same. Occasionally, these might be the same number, but they're usually different. So always double check your answer. Remember, area, square feet, because we're counting the squares that are on the inside. Okay, number 2, make sure you always label your rectangle. How many lines on the top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess what? If the top 6, the bottom is going to be 6. How many on the side? 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what? If the left side is 4 meters, the right side is going to be 4 meters. Okay, perimeter, add up the outside. Guess what? I know what 4 plus 6 is. That's a 10 factor. So then you know what 6 plus 4 is. What's this answer plus this answer? That's your perimeter. How many squares are on the inside for the area inside? Now I could sit and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could count them all up. But guess what? I have 4 rows of 6. So you can also do 4 times 6. I'm going to let you figure those ones out for yourself. Same with number 3. Fill in your side lengths. What's the top and bottom? What's the left and right? You must write those in. I need to see them. Otherwise, we're going to send back the work, and then you can try that again. It's a good way to double check your answer. Okay, and then when we get to number 4, it says find the perimeter and the area of this shape. Okay, we're doing square centimeters for area, right? So this side is 1 centimeter and this side is 1 centimeter. What's the perimeter and what's the area? For this one, your best strategy might be to count these up. I suggest putting a mark in each box if you're going to add them while you count. Something that I want you to be aware of, to really be thinking of, is when you count your sides for the perimeter. Okay, let's say we count the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. This top is 4. I need the entire outside. So guess what? This down counts as 1. This across counts as 1 centimeter. This down counts as 1 centimeter. This across counts as 1 centimeter. And this down counts as 1 centimeter. Then you can keep going. Count this side and count this side. You need to mark, or you need to add up all of these side lengths to find the perimeter. I suggest making marks like I did so that you can add up all of these ones and then all of the sides. It's a funny shape. It's not a rectangle, but we still have to count every single side length and add it up for a perimeter, the area around our shape. Awesome. Our last one says, Nicholas says he can measure both the perimeter and the area of a rectangle using a square. Do you agree or disagree? Explain your answer using words or drawings. So imagine this square right here is Nicholas's square. So imagine it's a cutout square. And he knows that this is 1 square centimeter, centimeter by a centimeter. He's saying he can use this 1 square to figure out the entire area of this shape and the perimeter by knowing that this is 1 centimeter and this is 1 centimeter. Do you agree that Nicholas can find the area and the perimeter using a square template? Yes or no, I agree or I disagree, and why. When you're finished with this, go on to Math Boxes, send both pictures to your teacher, make sure you're sending both pages, and keep up the great work.